10. You can't smile and breathe at the same time. Try it. When you try to smile and breathe at the same time, you'll find it impossible. Your body just isn't built that way. That is, unless you're a snake. Researchers at the University of Chicago recently discovered that snakes can do both things at the same time thanks to an extra hole in their skulls. Humans have 2 holes on each side of our skull that connect our mouth to our nasal cavity. This allows us to breathe through our nose while our mouth is open. But we can't do it while smiling because the muscles involved in smiling block these holes. Snakes, however, have a 3rd hole that remains open even when they are smiling, allowing them to smile and breathe at the same time. No, 9. They have a tongue for everything. It's no secret that snakes use their tongues to taste the air around them. In fact, most species flick their tongue out several times a minute. The forked tip of their tongue is covered with special receptors that detect chemicals in the air. These receptors send messages to the olfactory center in the snake's brain, which is then able to identify the chemicals. Because of this ability, snakes can detect prey from miles away and avoid predators by smelling them coming. However, some snakes have developed a new use for their tongues. Scientists have recently discovered that the rough scales on a snake's tongue create tiny vortices of airflow that pull moisture and small particles of food into their mouths. Even if the food is too big for the snake to swallow, it can still lap it up. 8. A snake's skin can't get wet. Snakes cannot get wet because their skin is made up of scales that are impregnated with a waxy substance called keratin. Keratin is the same substance that makes your nails and hair, and it makes their skin waterproof. However, it does have its advantages and disadvantages. While it keeps them from getting dehydrated, it also means that they can't really swim underwater. Many snakes are actually quite buoyant, and this buoyancy helps them hunt. For example, some aquatic snakes can flip their prey over so that its belly is facing up, making it easier to eat. 7. Some snakes can survive being frozen. Some snakes have the amazing ability to survive freezing temperatures. This is thanks to a combination of factors, including their slow metabolism, the production of antifreeze proteins, and their ability to control where they lose and gain heat. For example, the northern water snake can lower its metabolic rate by up to 96% when temperatures drop. This allows them to survive in cold climates like Canada and Alaska. One study found that northern water snakes were able to survive being frozen in ice for up to 3 weeks. When the snakes were thawed out, they were no worse for wear. 6. They see in infrared. Snakes can see in infrared light, which is invisible to humans. This allows them to see the heat signature of their prey, which can be very helpful when hunting. However, some scientists believe that snakes may not actually see colors the way we do. Instead, they may see the world in black, white, and shades of gray. This is because snakes do not have any red or green cones in their eyes. Cones are the cells that allow us to see color. Humans have 3 types of cones, which allow us to see the full spectrum of colors. So while snakes may be able to see some colors, their vision is definitely not as good as ours. No. 5. Their jaws are connected by ligaments. Unlike humans, whose jaws are connected by strong bones, snakes' jaws are connected by ligaments. This gives them more flexibility when it comes to eating prey. For example, they can unhinge their jaw in order to swallow prey whole. In addition, snakes have special teeth in the back of their throat that help them hold on to their prey while they are swallowing it. These teeth are backwards facing so that prey cannot escape. Once a snake has swallowed its prey, it will often coil up in order to help push the food down its throat. Number 4. Snake bites are not always venomous. Contrary to popular belief, not all snake bites are venomous. In fact, only about 375 species of snake are venomous. Of those 375 species, only 360 of them have hollow fangs. So if a snake has solid teeth, its bite will not be venomous. And there are many species of non-venomous snakes that have hollow fangs. So a snake bite can break the skin and cause bleeding, but it is not always venomous. If you are bitten by a snake, it is important to seek medical attention immediately. Even if the snake was not venomous, its bite could still become infected. Number 3. Some snakes can change their sex. There are some species of snakes that can change their sex depending on the needs of their colony. This is known as sequential hermaphroditism. It's most common in species of coral snakes that live in areas where there are few other potential mates. In these cases, some individuals will start out as females, but if there is a need for more males in the colony, they will change their sex. This usually happens when a female snake has been in a mating situation and realizes that there are no males present. In order to ensure the survival of her colony, she will change her sex to male. No, 2. Their skeleton is made of rubber. It's no secret that snakes are flexible creatures, but recent research has revealed just how flexible their skeleton really is. Using X-ray technology, the scientists have discovered that the bones in a snake's skeleton are connected by ligaments that allow them to stretch and bend. This flexibility allows snakes to squeeze through small spaces and attack their prey from unexpected angles. It also helps them to avoid predators by slithering quickly through the undergrowth. In addition, a snake's flexible skeleton allows them to shake off potential predators by throwing themselves into a tight S shape. This sudden jerking motion can startle a predator and give the snake time to escape. Number 1, they shed their skin. Most people know that snakes shed their skin, but they may not know why they do it. Snakes grow in size as they age, and their skin does not stretch very well. As a result, snakes must shed their skin in order to grow. Shedding also helps remove old or damaged skin and makes the snake waterproof. Before shedding, snakes will often eat a meal and drink a lot of water. This helps soften the skin and make it easier to shed. Snakes typically shed their skin in one piece, although some species may shed in multiple pieces. The process of shedding can take anywhere from a few minutes to a few hours. After shedding, the snake's skin is new and shiny, and it will often look a little bit different than its old skin. Well, there you have it, 10 shocking facts about snakes. Do you know of any other crazy snake facts? Let me know in the comments below. And before you go, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Thanks for watching. See ya.